everyone, welcome to the Knitting PT YouTube channel, and today I am doing a special episode. I'm doing an episode all about my summer tea knits. I've seen variations of these videos with things like, top 10 teas to knit, top 10 designs, and I decided to do a different spin and kind of go through all the teas I've knit, try them on for you, and give you my honest thoughts and opinions about the process, the construction, how happy I am with the finished object, all that stuff. Kind of like the nitty gritty, because I've knit quite a few teas. Like, I didn't count them, but like, I can't hold them all in my hand, but like, you see this pile? Yeah. So I knit so many teas because I used to live in Texas, and Texas is really hot. And so I knit a lot of teas in response to that. And right now I'm experimenting with knitting with more summer fibers. So a lot of my teas are actually made out of 100% wool, merino wool. I'm experimenting now with using linen and silk and cotton blends. And I have several cotton blends and linen blends in here already. But yeah, so I am working on, I think, at least one 100% linen tee right now. It is a work in progress. I won't be showing it here today because I'm only showing my finished objects. Yeah. So if you're new here, my name is Andrea. I'm the host here. I am a physical therapist and also an avid knitter. And I put out Make Your Self-Care Reels on Instagram and on YouTube for how to craft consciously without pain using stretches, better ergonomics, posture, all that sort of stuff. Links to everything is in the description box below, including to my shop, where I am currently selling a wrist and hand care kit. It is currently mostly sold out right now, but I am going to be doing a quick restock next week. I'm filming this right now on a Wednesday. This will probably be uploaded Friday or Saturday. So yeah, so when you're watching this, it'll be the following week. I think the week of like June 19th? Yes, the week of that. There will be a small in-stock update. I do plan to kind of keep these wrist and hand care kits on hand and have some in stock constantly. Just right now I am filling out pre-orders, I'm figuring out things, so the inventory is kind of low. So bear with me, but keep an eye out. They will be coming up at the shop. So today I'm going to be trying all my teas for you. So I'm wearing a linen dress just as an undercover so that I can try on all my teas, and I figured this is pretty good canvas because in the summer I usually wear like high-waisted shorts or dresses with my teas. And I figured this one that has like a boxy neck but like slightly lower neckline is a good fit to kind of go underneath everything. So yeah, so bear with me if some of the outfits don't really like match with the dress. This is just really to have an undercover so I can keep taking on and off the different teas and show you. Okay, so let's dive right in. All right, so I'm not really going in any particular order. At first I thought maybe I'd go in the order of when they were made, but then I thought that might take me entirely too long to organize, so I'm just gonna grab them from the pile and try them on, and we'll go from there. You'll see that there's quite a few repeat designers too, repeat yarns, that kind of thing. So the first one I'm gonna try on here, this is the Sun and Solace top. This is a pattern by Tina Say Knits. I knit this in 2021. This is done in the red pansy in one of her Monet colorways. You'll see some of the teas are done in the Monet colorway because I did a whole year of Monet makes. And there is a video for that. And I'll try to remember to link that below if you want to see all 12 of my Monet yarn makes. So this is Sun and Solace tee. Okay, you can see it is a kind of like, it is a short sleeve tee. The contrast color is Suburban Stitcher in dusty pink, I think. Yeah, so thoughts on this one. The V is a little like wider than what I normally like. You can see here, you can definitely see the straps of my bra or my dress here. I'm not one to care too much about my strap showing, but if it's a little bit, it just does kind of irk me a little bit. You can see it's a little bit low. Like, this is definitely a tee where I would want to wear something underneath to feel more comfortable. Doesn't mean you have to, it's just my own comfort level. Yeah, it's a good length to go over a dress or high-waisted skirt. Yeah. So thoughts on this one, it is knit bottom up. So this was one of the first tees I knit bottom up, I think. So I had a very limited kind of knowledge base to start with like knowing when to maybe split and that kind of thing. I think if I were to knit this again, well, I don't know, no. Now I mostly live in like dresses and skirts and high-waisted things, so this length is actually fine. But back then when I first knit it, I definitely wish that it was a little bit longer. I definitely would have also tried to see if I could figure out how to modify it so the V would be higher up. What I would probably do is just knit more here and then split, like kind of where this color work is. Yeah. That's probably what I would do if I were to make another one. So the things I'm going to go over is fit, construction, and then how often I wear it, I guess. I actually don't wear this one that often because I need to wear another layer underneath, which kind of defeats the purpose of a summer knitwear for me. Like if I'm going to wear something I knit in the summer, I don't want to have to wear anything underneath because I want to be able to have that airflow. I want to be nice and cool. I don't want to be sweating and wearing an extra layer. So this one actually doesn't get much wear. But I am transitioning more of my wardrobe now towards like linen dresses and skirts and that kind of thing. And I could see this getting more wear like under a dress, like the way I have it right now, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. I'm pretty happy with this one. All right, next we've got the Maya top. And this is a pattern by Gabriella Treminio. She's a good friend of mine. She's in Texas. And this is a tee, obviously. It has a larger gauge. So this was knit, I think, on size 10 needles, I believe. And this is a fingering weight yarn. This is actually the same pink that's in the Sun and Solace tee. So this Suburban Stitcher Dusty Pink, I think. You can see it has a rolled hem and it has this lovely textured yoke, as you can see here. I really love the yoke. And this one you can see is a little bit longer and it has a rolled hem. So styling wise, I would wear this tucked into something, like tucked into a skirt, because I don't love the way the rolled hem looks. Like it makes my hips look like super wide. Of course this dress doesn't help. This dress is kind of voluminous. But you can see like the way the rolled hem sits, just kind of where it is. So I would wear this tucked into a skirt or high-waisted pants. And you can see it's a very sheer gauge because it's so large. So this is something where I also feel like I need to wear something underneath. Yeah. Because you can quite obviously, you can see my dress details very clearly through the back of it. Yeah. So I also don't wear this a ton because of that. Yeah. But it is a really pretty yoke. I really love the details in it. Maybe if I were to make this again, I would maybe do a dark color so that it wouldn't be as see-through looking. Yeah. All right, next is the coloring book tee. This is a pattern by Aimee Sher. And I knit this in Total Matan in their 50% merino, 50% cotton base. I like this one. I do wear this one quite a lot because you can see it has good coverage. It is a crew neck, so it does fit a little closer than I would like a tee to, but I'm okay with it actually. Because it is 50% cotton, it is a little bit more breathable. It goes great with dresses, skirts, pants. I wear it mainly with high-waisted skirts. Yeah, I really like it. This is probably one of the ones I wear the most. Yeah, I think I wore it like twice one week, which, you know, for reference, in the summer, I don't tend to wear my hand knits a lot because I'm usually wearing active wear. I also do a lot of yard work, so I'm always like kind of getting grubby and dirty. But I've been trying to, you know, when I'm not doing yard work or not exercising, I've been trying to actually dress a little nicer, just for myself, really. And in that space of trying to dress nicer, I did wear this twice in 1 week. Yeah, but I really like it. It's got this really pretty twisted rib detail down the sides. Yeah, highly recommend this pattern. It fits great, super comfy. I wear it a lot. And great coverage. Like, I don't have to wear anything underneath. All right, next up, we have got the Salty Air Tee. This is by Samantha Guerin. This beautiful lace yoke. This one is done in the Wandering Flock in the colorway Pistachio Cream. This is a single ply fingering weight yarn. And I have found that it holds up pretty well because there isn't a lot of friction going on in it because it's a short sleeve. So I haven't seen a lot of pilling. I also do wear this one quite a lot too because I really love it. Like, the lace detail is just beautiful. It's got good coverage. It's a perfect length for high-waisted skirts or pants. Yeah, I really love this one too. This is one where like I'd want to make another one of, but Samantha Guerin has a lot of excellent tee designs. I've got, I think, at least got one more in here. I plan to make another one. I'm testing one for her right now, and I plan to make another one too. So yeah, love her tee designs. Could not recommend them more. And this one is super pretty with that lace motif. Right, next up, this is the Onward and Up by TheKnittingPT. It is a more like a boat neck tee. This is done, the main color is Camellia Fiber Company in her sport base. And the bottom is like some Madeline Tosh that I had in stash. Yeah, so this one is boat neck. Again, I don't have to wear anything underneath. I actually don't wear it a ton either. I think maybe because when I blocked it, I didn't do a great job blocking the bottom here. It's like a chevron pattern you can see. I mean, you can see mine's not really chevron-y. So maybe I should reblock the bottom a little bit. Yeah, I do like it. It's pretty breathable. My hair is getting out of control. Yeah, it's a good length. I do recommend it. It went really fast. Yeah. I think maybe it's also because boat necks, like I prefer more of a crew neck, a rounder shape to a boat neck silhouette. So maybe that's why I don't wear this one as often. Here is, I think this is the first tee actually I ever knit. This is the V-back tee by Knitosophy, Jamie Hoffman. I modified this pattern. It is written to be like 3 fading colors together. I modified it to where it was just one color, and I used slub yarn. The slub yarn is from Plank and Stella. And I think this one's called Hello Dear. So with this, you can wear it 2 ways. You can wear it with a V-neck in front, like this. Or you can wear it with the scoop neck in front, like this. Yeah. So when I wear it, I tend to wear it with the scoop neck in front. I just like the way it looks better on me. Because I think the way the V-neck is, it like kind of does a huge A-line flare. I don't love the way that looks on me. It really makes my hips look super wide. It's not really the look I'm going for. Yeah. So as you can see, this is slub yarn. So it's got the nips all over. Yeah, and the coverage is fine on it. How often do I wear this? I don't wear it a lot. I think partially because I don't love the shape, and I think partially too, the length just doesn't do anything for me. Like, you know, I think it's a little too long now. This was, again, the first tee I made. I made this in, I think, 2020. So since then, my style has evolved. My understanding of how I like to style my knitwear has evolved and changed. So yeah, I don't wear this a ton. I think when I did wear it, I would just wear it with regular shorts because it has that coverage for it. I wouldn't wear it with like a skirt or anything though, because it is too long for that unless I were to, well, I guess if I tucked it up, it would look okay actually. Yeah, I think if I tucked it up, it will actually look pretty good. Yeah. Maybe we will add this back in rotation and wear it with skirts and tuck it in. Yeah, so this pattern, you know, is written for a 3-color fade if you look it up. I had originally knit it in a 3-color fade and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it turned out. I just didn't like the way the fade looked. It would just look very stripy and I felt like it didn't emphasize my body in a way that I liked how it looked. So I frogged that one and I made this in just 1 color and I'm happy with how it turned out. Yeah. I think it's just because of the way the V-neck is. You have to do short rows to resolve the V-neck. And if you can see that here, there's like a slight striping sequence where the short rows are done to even out the hemline. It just had like a tiger stripy look. I just didn't love it. Yeah. All right, this one. This is the Summer Sorrel pattern by Woolen Pine Designs. This is done in Love Yarn, Yarn Love. And this is actually done in a BFL fingering base. I didn't know at the time. When I bought the yarn, I think I wasn't paying that much attention, so I thought it was a regular like merino fingering, but it was BFL. I'd never worked with BFL before, so I thought I'll just give it a try. Turns out BFL and I are not friends, at least not in terms of being on my body. Maybe for socks it might be okay, but I'm very sensitive to to fibers. Like I usually cannot do anything but merino. Like I can't do mohair, I cannot do Surrey alpaca. It just itches me like crazy. It makes me turn red. And it turns out BFL does too, because when I wear this, I can really feel the prickling on me. So let me stick it on. Oh God, I can really feel it. So I never wear this because of the prickling. And also I think because of the fit a little, honestly, too. Like the boat neck is just a little too wide for my preference. I don't know if that's because I picked the wrong size, but then if I pick the wrong size, like I like the ease I have in the body here, in the sleeves. It's just the neckline is too wide for my liking. The other note too is this is made using a dip stitch. I did not enjoy doing the dip stitch. I have found I do not enjoy dip stitching. No, not for me. Yeah, otherwise it is a really pretty tee. I just don't wear it a lot because it pricks me. So I probably have to wear something underneath to minimize the pricking, which again defeats the purpose of a summer knit for me. Yeah, but it does look really nice actually. Yeah, even the wide boat neck does look nice. It just pricks me, which is a shame because I did spend a lot of time on this tee. I don't know if I'll remake this one just because, you know, like I said, I don't like to do the dip stitch, so I don't think I'd remake it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this tee. Maybe I'll give it away to someone who can wear it. But if you think the dip stitch is not too bad, then give it a try. It is a really pretty, classy pattern. Yeah, it's just, I made it in the wrong yarn, is basically it. Next up, this is the Willity by This Bird Knits. I made this in Craft Me Not Yarn Co. in her merino linen base. So it is 90% merino, 10% linen. This is, I think, the most worn tee I have because it is a beautiful neutral colorway. This is colorway Cafe. And because it is 10% linen, it's way breathable and the lace also helps too. Yeah, so this is probably the tee I wear the absolute most, to be very honest. I wear this a lot. It goes with everything because it's a pretty neutral colorway. The linen makes it really breathable. Yeah, I love this one. I would make another one of these tees. I would use Craft Me Not Yarn Co's merino linen base again, 100%. Yeah, cannot recommend this pattern, this yarn enough. Okay, next we've got another neutral. So this is the Moonset Tee by Ozetta. This is one of my most recent makes. I also like this one a lot. This is in Woolberry Fiber Co. in Swan Lake. I like this one too. I don't need to wear anything underneath it. It's got this lovely V-neck here that's very classy looking. I had someone tell me that it reminds them of scrubs and so they cannot do that kind of V-neck look. I don't mind it. I think it's a very updated, classy V-neck compared to a scrub V-neck. I can see that. I can see that person's point for sure. I just don't see it for myself, so I'm fine with it. But everyone's different, right? Okay. Yeah, so I really like this one. I love the construction of it. It's really classy. I love how polished and finished it looks. It's got an I-cord bind off on the bottom and on the sleeves. Yeah, I really like it. I have plans to make another one in the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, and I want to make it in black. And I totally stole this idea from Onward Knits and Pearls because she told me she wanted one in black, and I was like, yes, I want one in black and in silk. Yeah, so I would definitely make this again. I really like it. This next tee is it my most recent finish? Maybe, I think it is. It is the, oh God. Morning Ritual Top by Olga Putano. It is a DK weight. So I think this is the first one I'm showing that's DK weight among all the ones I've shown so far. This is done in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk on top. This is rhubarb juice. The bottom is another Totla Matin, 50% merino, 50% cotton. And I really like it. It is DK weight, so you know, it's a little heavier than a finger weight would be. Sorry, I know I keep redoing my hair. Actually, I should stop until I finish taking off the shirt. If you've noticed, I am struggling a little bit to get some of these necklines over my head because some of these tees, especially the ones that are knit bottom up and then you pick up for the neckline and bind off the neckline is always a little like, I don't have as much give in it. Part of that is because the way I bind off necklines is I just go up 2 to 3 needle sizes and do a regular bind off. That's usually stretchy enough for me. At the same time, I don't want my necklines so stretchy that they look crinkly or they start to pull out and widen. So I'm okay with like tugging it slightly over my head if it means that it'll fit great for years to come, you know. So Just a side note on that. So beware that any of the patterns I've shown where they're bottom up with the neckline that you bind off on the neckline, just keep in mind, bind off really loosely. Yeah. So anyway, I like this pattern a lot. It's got the color work in the middle, which is very unique. Yeah. And because it's 100% pure silk on top, it is much more breathable. And I like it. I really like it. I like the silhouette of it, and that it's like kind of a color block look with some color work interest in the middle. Yeah. But you know, that being said, I would not wear this in like the heat of summer. This is a great like springtime knit because it is heavier weight. It's a great springtime knit or fall transition piece. Yeah. Next up, I think I'm safe. Actually, no, I'm not safe. Got one more. I'm gonna put one more on that I know I usually struggle a little to put over my head on. This next one is another Samantha Guerin design. This is the Petal Party Crop. I already picked out yarn to make another one. I made this in 2021. This is another Monet one, Monet yarn. And it's got this beautiful lace panel on either side, a kind of like, not garter stitch, but kind of garter rib, pearl bump, I don't know, pearl, whatever, on the side here, panel here, and then stocking it in the front. And I love this one too. You can see it's the same on the back. Yeah, I really like this one. It's very classy. I have worn this without anything underneath. If you're fine with just showing a little bit of your bra through here, then it's fine. I feel like people don't notice unless they're looking at you really closely, which in that case, why are you looking at me that closely, stranger? Yeah, but I also really love this one. I already have plans to make another one. I'm probably going to cast it on sometime in July. Yeah, really love this one. Also, could not recommend it more. If you can't tell, the theme is could not recommend Samantha Guerin's tea designs more. Make them. I love them all. They all fit great. Okay, all right, now that is the last, I believe, of my tees that have a tighter neckline, so I can put my hair back up. Okay, next, this is another tee designed by Gabriella Treminio. This is the Kamolo Floor top. I knit this in 100% cotton. This is from Juniper Moon Farm, and I think they're Neve base. I don't recommend this yarn because there's something about it. It's chain plied, which usually chain plied means there's a little more elasticity, but for some reason this one, I just didn't like it. My hands did not like it. I didn't like knitting with it. It hurt my hands. Yeah, so I don't really recommend this yarn. If you're fine with it, great for you. I just wouldn't personally not use this yarn again. So this is a Kamolo Floor top. It's got a pretty little lace on the bottom and eyelet raglan detail. Yeah, I like it. Fits great. It's a good length for high-waisted things. 100% cotton, so very breathable. Yeah, I'll probably be wearing this one more this summer, I think. Next is an upcoming design by Aimee Sher. I'm going to show you real quick. I'm not going to talk about it a ton because it's not released yet. Once it's released, I will talk about it more in my usual podcast episodes. It is a V-neck design, but it is a V-neck where I feel like I wouldn't need to wear anything underneath. Like, I've worn it already with nothing underneath, and I felt fine with the way the V-neck is. But you know, your own preference can vary with how sassy, this is called a slightly sassy V, with how sassy you want it to be. But I really like it. It feels super wearable to me. Yeah, so this design, I'll talk about it more in detail, but I would say this is one where if you are fairly new to garment knitting, maybe do a different garment before you try this one. Not because it's not a great pattern and it's not well written. It is, but there's more things to keep track of in terms of like raglan increases, other things because of the way it's constructed. There is more stuff to keep track of. So if you're not used to that, then maybe get another simple, like get a coloring book tee raglan under your belt first before you go to this one. Yeah, I feel like that's a good progression. Coloring book tee and then slightly sassy V. But I also like this one. It fits really well. Yeah, the V is not too deep for me and it's not too wide, as you can see. Like, Yeah, and it's an I-cord finish too. And this is in Little Skein and the Big Wool yarn. Next, this is the Simone top by Gabriella Tremino. You can see a theme. A lot of my tees are either Aimee's or Gabriella's or Samantha's. And I mean, for good reason. They make great tee patterns. So this is an 100% Pima cotton. This is the, is it Madeline Tosh? Now I'm gonna look this up. Malabrigo Verano base, which is 100% Pima cotton. I really loved this cotton base. It did not hurt my hands. Yeah, and you can see really pretty textured yoke here with bobbles. I knit it a little bit longer then, so it doesn't really go great with dresses, really. Maybe a skirt, but mostly I wear it with shorts. Yeah, and I really love this one too. Very wearable. It's very classy. Definitely a design you could wear to work. It would be very appropriate for work. This is another DK weight tee. Okay, don't let my struggles with the necklines fool you too much. It's mainly because of my claw clip. This is the Riley tee by Rachel Kurihara. It is DK weight. I did knit it's 100% merino, so I wear this more in the spring because it is heavyweight and it's 100% wool. But I really like it. It's got folded over hem details all over. A really pretty, I don't know what to call it, like ribbed detail down the shoulders here. This is in Life in the Long Grass yarn. Yeah, I also really love this one. It's just I don't really wear this in the summer a lot because it's DK weight wool. But this pattern is also excellent. I really like it. Yeah. It's also very classy, also very wearable for work too. This is the Phases sweater. And this is DK weight. It's got a really striking motif here. This part is something I modified because I ran out of the color I was using here. So I just added some more striping at the bottom. Yeah. But this is, I really like this one too. Very graphic looking, very striking color work. Yeah. I don't wear a ton because it is DK weight, and yeah, I just didn't wear a ton this spring because I was doing a lot of yard work this spring. But this fall, mark my words, I will be wearing this more. Yeah. I also really like this one. I also recommend this one too. I really like it. There's a lot of color combination possibilities. I'm trying to remember, does it come with a coloring sheet for you to like plan out your colors? I can't remember. I think it does. I cannot 100% remember, so don't quote me on that. But I do recommend, like, you know, trying to draw out your colors first with like coloring pencils to figure out if you like the way your colors play together. Yeah. And this was done in like a melange of different dyers, so you can look at my Ravelry to figure out what yarns I used. So the last two are also part of my Monet collection yarn. So this first one is a tee by Winter's Weather Knits, Joey. And this is called, what is this called? Calamity Crop Top. You can see it has this drop stitch here, and then the rest of it is like a linen stitch down here. I think it's linen stitch. Yeah. Let's see. Wearability. I do wear this one because it goes well with skirts and dresses and that kind of thing. Yeah, it is a little bit more fitted than my other tees, if you've noticed. So sometimes I don't reach for it as much because, especially when I'm feeling hot, I want more like airflow, and to me that means like breezier tops, not as well fitted. But this one is also very work friendly, I would say. Yeah, and it's really pretty. The linen stitch did take me a while. I didn't really love working the linen stitch, but that's just me. Yeah, nothing really about the pattern itself. And it looks great with more variegated yarns too. All right, final tee. This is again another Monet yarn. And this is, I gotta look up the name because I can't keep some of these names straight. This is the Open Edge Tee by Jessie May. Jessie Made Designs. So this is another one where I would have to wear something underneath because of the V. You can see here the V is very deep. It's probably the deepest V in all my V-necks. Part of it could be just my lack of experience with when I was making this design, honestly. Yeah. But you can see it's got the same, that drop stitch motif here, and also eyelets up the side. It is a really pretty design. I think this is actually how I wear it usually, so like with this dress specifically. Yeah. But it's a very like breezy kind of design because of all the eyelets and openings, and because it's such a deep V too. Yeah, I don't know if I would make it again. If I made it again, maybe I would try to again bring the V up a little bit higher. Yeah, but it's also another pattern that looks really good in variegated yarns. Yeah. Yeah, so those are all my tees. I didn't even count how many there were. But there's definitely like, I think close to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, there's like 18 tees here. And I have got a 19th one in works. Is that the only one? What else am I knitting? Yes. Yeah, so close to 20 designs, and they're all different ones from a variety of designers. I hope you found something here that maybe you feel like would work well with your wardrobe, that you want to try out. Yeah, so to recap, in terms of tees, what I wear the most and what I would make again, it kind of coincides with what I wear the most, honestly. So in that order, it would be these. So what I wear the most, the Willity, and I would definitely make it again. I would make this in either merino, linen, silk blends. Okay, super drapey. I would also make the coloring book tee again. This is an a 50/50 merino cotton. I would make the salty air tee again because it is super classy, very wearable, very light. And I'm already planning on making another Petal party crop. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my tees. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. So this was a special one-off episode, just all about the tees I've made. So let me know if you have any questions down below. Again, everything will be linked below, especially to my Ravelry project pages. I will link all the designers. I don't think I'm going to link all the yarn dyers because that would be just too many, but I will link all the designers. And if you want to know about what yarn I use for a specific project, you can go to my Ravelry project page. If Ravelry is not accessible for you, then pop a comment down below and I'll answer in the comment kind of which yarn I used. Yeah, but otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time for a regular episode. Happy knitting! Bye!